This part I'll be showing you how to install routing services on the domain controller node, and this will also work as a router for our virtual environment. So without wasting time, let's start. Go to server manager, click on add roles and features, click next, next, and over here we have to select remote access. Click on this, click next, hit next, and over here we have to select direct access and VPN and routing. Click next, and install. So after installing, we have to configure the routing between both the sites, and as I told you earlier, DC will work as router over here in our virtual environment. So as you can see, routing and remote services has been installed on the DC machine. Now click start and type routing and remote access. Click on that, right click and configure and enable routing. Hit next. Over here we do have to select custom configuration, then LAN routing and finish. Yes, we have to start the services. Then we are going to click on general, right click on general and click on new routing protocol. Select RIP version 2 for internet protocol and click OK, and select RIP and right click on it and click new interface. Select the first one, that is 52.1, click OK, then right click again and select new interface. Select the remaining one, that is 53.1, hit OK and OK. Now we are going to services.msc, services.msc, then we will look for routing and remote access. Stop this service and start this service. Now we will go to node 1 geo and we have to make some changes in the IP address. So here we have to add 192.168.52.1 and over here 192.168.53.1. click OK and close. Now same step needs to be followed on node 2. Go to properties, 192.168.53.1 this time, 192.168.52.1. Everything seems to be fine. So disable the network card and enable it. And in the meantime you can open CMD and let's see whether we are able to ping node 1 geo or not. Node 1 geo, and as you can see, node 2 geo is able to ping node 1 geo. So means 53 subnet is able to ping 52th subnet. So let's check this vice versa on node 1. Ping node 2 geo, and same here, node 1 can access node 2 now. Now we have configured the domain controller. We have added both the nodes into the domain controller, and now both the nodes are able to ping each other. Now next step is to add failover cluster feature. Go to server manager, click on add roles and features, click next, and again next, and over here you will see failover clustering, add features, click next and install. Now we are going to node 2 geo, and we will repeat the same process. So close everything for now, go to server manager and go to add roles and features, click next, and select failover clustering feature, click add feature, next, and install. So let's move to node 1 geo. Look, yes, the services has been installed, and in the meantime we can check failover clustering feature is being added to node 2. So as you can see, failover clustering feature has been added on node 2 geo as well. So now both the nodes have failover clustering feature added. Now it's time to install Starwind. So I'm first going to install Starwind on node 1 geo. So I have set up on my desktop, so I'm going to click on this setup, and you can download the Starwind setup from starwind.com, and over there you have to specify your official email ID, and then you can get the download link on your email, which will have the setup as well as license for 1 month. So waiting for Starwind, so click run, click next, I accept, click next, and next, create a desktop license. Then you can select over here that you already have a key, so browse for the key. So this is my key, hit next and install. So as you can see, Starwind installation is in progress. So I am installing Starwind on node 1 geo, and after this I will install the Starwind on node 2 geo. You're taking too much time. We don't have time. Would you like to configure SMIS agent right now? Click yes and click OK. And we don't want to launch Starwind console right now. Now let's go to node 2 geo and follow the same process. Run the Starwind setup, and of course we have to wait. Click run, next, I accept the agreement. Next, and yes, I do have license. Browse for that license. Next, and install. Okay. So as you can see, the installation is in progress. Once we are done with the installation of Starwind, then we are going to create the drives, virtual drives, on both location, or I can say both data centers. So it's installing. Yes, okay, and we are done with installation of Starwind. No, we don't want, or let's launch it over here. Now go to node 1 geo, close this, open the Starwind management console. Let's see, yes, we are able to ping. Close this as well, and if it does not come, again open it. Yep, so we have to add server. So as I told you earlier, node 1 geo is going to act as storage as well, so we're going to say the host IP is the local, that is 127.0.0.1, and click OK. So as you can see, we have node1geo.com, click connect, and it's asking for storage pool not configured. So yes, we want to configure it. If you want to choose different path, you can select the different path, but in this series I'm going to use the default, so click yes. So now we are going to create two drives, one for the data and another one for the log files. So right click, add device, add once, click next. I need virtual disk. Let's say I want to give 4 GB to the data file. Click next, next. Now I'm giving this alias name as data drive. You can give whatever you want to give. Close. Now add another device. Next, and let's give 2 GB to the log files. Take provision. Next, and this will be log file. Next, and create. Now we have two drives available. Now we want to replicate this drive to the second site, that is node 2 geo. So in order to do that, click on the image file, right click, and select replication manager. Now click to add replication partner. We want two-way synchronous replication, so both sides can make changes to the storage, and click next. So what is the partner node? So in our case, node 2 geo is 192.168.53.2. click next, and it's asking storage pool is not configured on node geo 2, and we are correct. So yes, we want to configure, so click yes. We want to create a new partner device, and next. Now here comes the typical part. As I told you earlier, Starwind needs separate networks for data synchronization and for heartbeat. As you can see, we only have two networks available. There are no separate adapters available right now for the Starwind. So now what we have to do is we have to add separate network cards to our virtual machines. So in our case, we are going to add two separate network cards. So click cancel, and we can click cancel again and close. Now at this point we have to shut down the virtual machines because we want to add network cards. So shutting down both the machines, and let's go to node 1, network adapter. We want to add network adapter, click next, and over here we have to select custom and select 4 because VMnet 2 and 3 are already occupied. VMnet 2 is occupied by 52 subnet and VMnet 3 is occupied by 53 subnet. So we have VMnet 4, finish, and one more network adapter, next, and we will be using VMnet 5. Yep. So done. Start the first machine. Now go to node 2 geo. Again repeat the same steps. Network adapter, add network adapter, custom VMnet 4. Yep. Add again network adapter, network, custom VMnet 5, and hit OK and start the virtual machine. So type mcpa.cpl. So as you can see, now we have Ethernet 1 and 2. So 1 would be VMnet 4 and Ethernet 2 would be VMnet 5. So in order to make sure this, what we can do, we can go to settings and we can disable VMnet 4 and see if it's the Ethernet 1. Yes, this is the Ethernet 1. So again we are going to enable this VMnet 4, connected, click OK, and OK. Now we have to configure the IPs. So in our scenario we are going to say 10.10. Whatever, like 1.1. Then properties, come to the another one. It's 10.10.2.1. Now we have two separate networks, 1.1 and 1 and 2.1. So to make things clear, we are going to rename this 10.10.1.1. yeah, 10.10.1.1, and this is 10.10.2.1. so 10.10.2.1. So same thing we have to do at node 2 geo. Enter the password, go to run mcpa.cpl, Ethernet 1, properties, and go to this one and enter the IP 10.10.1.2 for the second node, and 10.10.2.2 for this one. Rename it 10.10.1.2, 10.10.2.2. Make sure we have the same 10.10.2.2 details 10.10.1.2. Yep, 10.10.1.2. So let's try to ping 10.10.1.1, I guess. Yes, we have a reply. And let's ping the another one. It's 2.1. Yes, we have received the ping from the other subnet as well. Same thing, ping 10.10.1.2. Yes, we have a reply. And 2.2. And we have reply. Okay, so we are at node 1 geo. We are going to open Starwind. We are going to connect the Starwind, and now click the image file, right click and select replication manager. Click to a replication manager, synchronous two-way replication. Our host is 192.168.53.2. New partner device, yes. Now here comes the network option for replication. Click on change, select this one, allow free select interface. Now we are going to use, now if I say I want to use 10.10.1 network for the heartbeat and 10.10.2 for the replication, so let's see what happens. So I'm selecting one network for heart rate and two network for the synchronization. Click OK, click next and create replica. So done. So it's initializing and it says not synchronized. So now it has been started synchronizing. So synchronization is in progress, and once the synchronization completes, the data drive will be linked, and in the meantime we can do the same for the image file too. That is our log file. So right click, click replication manager, click add, same steps, next. Our partner is 192.168.53.2. click next, create new partner, yes, again allow, 1 for the heartbeat, 2 for the synchronization data, 2. Click OK, next, and create replica. And close. So as you can see, the second drive has also started synchronizing. So close this one. As you can see now, this one is being synchronized, and once the synchronization completes, we'll go to node 2 geo. Okay, so the synchronization has been complete. Now we'll move to node 2 geo and close everything over here. Now go to Starwind and we are going to connect to our node 2 geo console, and as you can see, we have the data drive and log file available over here. So till now we have node 1 geo acting as a node for the Windows cluster and also acting as a storage. Now next step is to add the feature sorry now we have to create Windows cluster, and before that we have to access the drive that we have just created. So go to server manager, and under tools you will see computer management. Go to disk management, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the drive letter for the disk virtual disk drive that I have on my virtual machine. So yes, okay. So as you can see right now we don't have the drives that we have created because we have to initiate them, we have to use them. So go to tools, iSCSI initiator. Yes, we want to enable it, and of course we have to wait. Okay, so go to discovery. Now we have to add the IP address of the storage. So the storage is working on node 1 geo only, so in this case we can specify 127.0.1 because the data drives and the SAN is on the local machine only. So we can go to target, and you can see now we have two paths showing over here. Click the first one, click connect, and make sure you select enable multipath. Okay, then the second one, click connect, enable multipath. Okay, and okay. Now go to disk management, and as you can see we have two drives listed over here. So right click on the first one and make it online, and then we have to initialize the disk, make it GPT. Okay, same steps need to be done for the second drive. Online, initialize GPT. Okay, right click and then new simple volume. Yes, we were going to give the drive letter D, and the volume level would be data. Finish. Then go for the next one. This time we are going to give this drive a letter L. Click next, and L for log, and finish. We have to do the same steps on node 2 geo. So go to server manager, go to tools, computer management, disk management, changing the drive letter from D to B. Yes, now go to iSCSI initiator. Yes, so as you know that SAN Starwind virtual SAN is also working on this node 2 geo machine that is local. So we are going to discover a portal 127.0.0.1. okay, go to target, select the first one, click connect, enable multipath. Okay, repeat the step for the second one and click OK. Now go to the drive and make it online, and as you can see log drive over here has the letter E, so we have to change this letter to L. Yes, so we have data and log drive available on both sides. Now we are going to create a Windows failover cluster. So click start, type failover cluster manager, and we are going to create a cluster. Click next. We are going to add node 1 geo and node 2 geo. Click next. Yes, we want to check our configuration, and let's see what we get. And I want to test, I want to run all tests. Next, and I'll be back when all the tests are going to complete, so we will see if we are missing something. So the validation process has been done, and we have a warning related to network, and this is not a big deal for us for now, because in our environment everything's working fine. The main thing I was worried about was the storage, but everything related to storage is fine. So now we are going to give a name, geo win clust to our cluster, and IP of 20 and 20, and click next. And wait. Click next, and we are done. So we have our storage available, both the storage is available, we have our nodes available. Now we just have to install SQL Server failover cluster instance.